Hello and welcome. So I'm going to take a look at the Guardian's Quick Cryptic crossword, and this is number 39 in the series. It's being published on the 28th of December 2024. So if you haven't seen these before, they're a series of puzzles that are intended to bring in new solvers. So they're just an 11 by 11 grid, and they have only 4 types of clue. Today we've got anagrams. We've got charades, which is where you take 2 or 3 or even 4 words, put them together to make a new one. Double definitions, and an acrostic, which is where you take the initials of words to make other words. So the anagrams and the acrostics are nice because they give us the letters to use in the grid. Double definitions can be tough, and charades will need a little bit of thought. I will put a link down in the description, so if you want to have a go at it before you see the video, you can do that. But please come back and watch it, and let's crack on. So, footballer, one of the Reds. Footballer, I mean Best something maybe. George Best came out the other day as a footballer. Best. I'm going to put Best in there. I don't know what that would be heading towards. That looks like a charade. It looks like a... yeah. Not sure. Let's just move on. Best way to approach these is just to move on if you're not sure. Friends triumphs when playing chess. That could be an anagram. Playing chess says to me anagram. Friends triumphs, but I can't think what chess is an anagram of. I can't see an anagram there, so once again just moving on. So what I'm doing at this point is just looking for easy things I can immediately answer before and put some letters on the board. Firm is co. Underwear for venomous sort. Well, that'll be Cobra then. Cobra and company and bra. Firm underwear. Golfing achievements for high flyers. So that sounds like a double definition. Golfing achievements. Majors. And the golf majors are the major tournaments. High flyers could be majors. I mean, if I put majors in there, and I'm not convinced, are majors part of the Air Force or whatever? That leaves you J to get there. So let's have a look at this clue. Weary from shivering fit with ague. Now that sounds to me like an anagram. I'm looking for a 7-letter word. I've got shivering as a possible indicator, and then fit and ague sound more like 3 letters and 4 letters. So that suggests to me there might be an anagram to be done. And weary, which totally blows out the S there and the J there. And if it is, I can't think what it is. So I'm probably going to delete this because I'm not convinced by that. This one, ribald conservative. Okay, so when you see 2 words like this, you're definitely looking at a double def. Well, say definitely 99% chance it's double def because that's all it can really be. And here we've got ribald conservative. Conservative, I would think of con. I would think of right winger. I would think of someone who wears blue. And blue is ribald. So there we go, there's the double def. Starts off, this is shortly an acrostic coming up, so Jane Eyre emitting really, that's a jeer, and a jeer is a decisive remark. Wow, got a J. We have got a J now. Courage, or the source of Dutch, courage. Okay, so the source of Dutch suggests to me there's a D going in this puzzle somewhere, and it's either before a word meaning courage, or after a word meaning courage, I think. I'm not sure. I'm going to risk putting them in both ends and hoping to remember to take it out later. Let's go down here. I carp dreadfully. That looks like a 5-letter word. It's an Italian resort. I'm definitely thinking that's an anagram of Capri. Whew. I feel this is quite tough so far. Openings of. Okay, this is surely just going to be an acrostic. So air shops that exhibit eye-watering prices. So steep is expensive. So note that eye-watering has got a hyphen, but in this case we're only putting the E from eye-watering. The W is irrelevant. Expensive, steep, definitely. And then last across clue, run, publicity. So publicity makes you think adverts. By clergyman is reverend. I mean 10 letters, reverend. Run, Wow. Um, yeah, I mean, I think we've probably got a charade, meaning to go and run, to run or run away or whatever. One for publicity, and then most of the clergymen I can think of are bishops, priests, deacons, reverends. Reverend's a longer one. That's what's that? That's 9 letters, 8 letters. Reverendant, reverended. Doesn't really seem like it's a word that could be. So let's look at the downs. Fella to move clumsily with Jill's partner. Well, Jill's partner is Jack, so we can put Jack in there. We can see we've got Jack down the bottom. Fella will be. I'm just going to take that out because I know it's wrong. Okay, so a fella in this sense is asking us to think of people who fell trees, which will be a lumberjack. Now, I think I'm probably a bit lucky that we had a similar clue in the Everyman a couple of weeks ago. So to move clumsily is to lumber, and I was not as quick on it as that, or then as I was there. So the misdirection of fellow will, I'm sure, be holding some people up on this one. Weary from, we're back on the weary from fit with ague. Shivering fit with ague. Weary, fatigue, isn't it? Fatigue. Okay, now I've taken out that one at the top. That must be, okay, so a footballer. I can now say I've got left, and I mentioned the right wing earlier, so a left winger must be someone, is a person who is a red, you know. So we've got the Conservatives blues on the right, and we've got the left wingers on the left who are red, typically, at least in Britain. So we've now got some nice letters here. This looks like Ebb. Elizabeth Barrett Browning, that's an EBB. Initially it's taken us to take the EBB, decline is to Ebb. This looks like it might be a nice answer. But let's see. Kiss, part of the body. No, not at all. It's a double def. It's actually neck. There we go, neck. So I'm a bit of a let's see what I can think of before I even look at it. I've got 6 letters beginning with W. Used to be that lady's cleaner. Was was her, which makes washer. So that's a charade. So taking a charade. Used to be is was, and a lady is her, or ladies is her. Although the apostrophe S makes me think it should be hers. But let's not quibble at this moment. Anyway, a cleaner is definitely a washer. So we've got here something like mates. Friends' triumphs when playing chess. Oh, okay, so that kind of, I guess that's a double def, is it? Yeah, when you play chess you get to checkmate and mate. That's a triumph in chess, isn't it? So separate the clue into friends, or mates, and then triumphs when playing chess. Fair enough. Not sure what goes here. Eagles or something? Yes. Golfing achievements. So you score an eagle, which is 2 under par. You've got birdies, eagles, and albatrosses. Yeah. So 2 under par is golfing achievement, and high flyers are eagles. So you can see now I've got letters on the board. It's a lot easier. I'm just bunging in. So I've got a top northwest half. Let's hope that I can get some of these down to here to get me going. Someone who looks after animals in match with goalie. Golly. Someone who looks after animals is a zookeeper. I think there's a keeper here somewhere. So let's lose that. If that was keeper, and I think it is keeper, in match, I know what it is. Yeah, so match is a game, and a gamekeeper is someone who looks after animals. Okay, that might be one that holds people up a little bit if they haven't got any checkers there to help out. Most flexible. So when I say most flexible, and I can see E there, I'm thinking this is probably going to end in an EST answer. And I've got thistle, cultivated, so I've got the L, EST, thistle's got those letters in. Cultivated sounds like an anagram indicator. Thistle has 7 letters. So I think we can probably safely put that in as lithist. I mean, that's just, when I see most flexible, that's typically going to be an EST answer. I guess it might be an IST. That's not guaranteed, but that would be the first way I head on those clues. 12 down, kind of tree, a bison knocked over. Kind of tree. Kind could be sort or ilk. A tree, a bison knocked over. Could that be an anagram of a bison? In which case, what kind of tree would I be having? I'd be having a, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, double def coming over. Fruit for an Antipodean. I've seen this before, so I know that that's a double definition, a type of fruit, and a type of Antipodean. Someone from the Antipodes could be in a kiwi. So I think the last clue to look at is heads for. We've got a P on a three-letter word, so P-A-D, pad, peculiar and dark, and home is your pad. And pad is a good word to remember when you're crosswording, because it will come up for home occasionally. So this is run publicity by clergymen, so I think that's probably publicity is ad. Run, oh yeah, okay, so you run something, you administer it, and that would be what a clergyman is, a minister. This begins to look like a bonsai tree, remembering what my anagram was, bonsai. I guess that has to be, that is not, is that, well, I would have said courage is bottle, the source of Dutch courage. Okay, yeah, so you drink from the bottle, don't you? So that's a double def. Okay, so there we go. So completely misled by source of D, courage. There we go. So that's all done. Hopefully, let's check it. Okay, there we are. So I think I went through that quite quick. I felt like I went through quite quickly. Definitely not easy. I mean, I had very few on the crosses, and then kind of started. Once I got lumberjack in place, that gave me, and fatigue, the anagram of fatigue, it actually opened it all up with left winger. So there we go. Good little puzzle from Pickeroon there. I hope that was useful to people. So this is kind of my little bit of giving back. I just go through it a bit slower than I do on some of my other solves. Let me know down in the comments if it was useful to you. Thanks for watching.